let's give them something to talk about.
Hi, I'm Jade.
I'm Annabelle.
Welcome to our show.
Excited about today.
I'm so excited about today. Let's do a little update on the month of March. How's it been for you?
March has been good.
Yeah, it's been great.
March has been good. It's been pretty mellow.
Yes.
I mean,
Considering
yeah,
we had my birthday, we have your birthday coming up,
coming up. Yes.
and we had your little one's birthday as well at the beginning.
That's so true. Ramping up for more birthdays in April.
Yeah.
Also children.
Yes, also our children.
So yeah, March was good. We got to visit a bookstore that I had never been to.
Yes, it was so much fun.
So that was fun getting to do something because I'm, always at Barnes and Noble.
Yes.
So that was nice to get to go to somewhere different. And everything else has been like, I wish there was something exciting to say.
I know, me too.
Gas prices went up. And that's literally it. And then also where we live, it's like it went up, but not compared to other places.
Not compared to other places. No, we're
So-
just on fire.
Yeah. Well, that is something major that happened here that, by the way, really wasn't talked about that much. I was informed of it by my family in California.
They're like, did you know?
Yeah. I get a message from my sister with I think it was a screenshot or something. And it's just like insane fire.
I know. It's crazy.
I was like, it's when I looked at,
I think I saw it as a reel from somebody who didn't live here. And they're like, have you heard Nebraska's on fire?
yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. But when I looked it up, I was like, oh, it's really far from us.
Yeah.
People might not realize like how long Nebraska is
It's
when you're all the way on the east.
anybody who's driven through here knows how long.
They know. They know.
They'll remember it for life.
The drive to Colorado is basically all Nebraska.
It is.
And then a little bit of Colorado. But anyway, yeah. So we have been having some crazy fires. And during those fires, we had these two random, one really like blizzard type thing.
Yes. It was
Which was a
so.
lot of snow.
Yeah, it
and
was so crazy.
yeah. And then a hot day and then one more snow day.
Yep. 1 week snow, 1 week summer, 1 week snow.
But
And now we're like spring.
now it's like springish, but as all Midwesterners like to say, if it wasn't for the wind, which is exactly what the fires are saying right now. So anyway, so that's probably the biggest thing that's happened, and it hasn't happened to us. Knock on wood. Oh, another crazy thing that happened here. We had an earthquake.
Oh my God. That was so fucking crazy.
That's two things. I left California and I thought, what's the worst that I'm going to have to deal with in Nebraska?
Did you know it happened again?
Tornadoes. Oh, it happened again?
It happened again.
I did look it up and it looks like there have been earthquakes in the past, very small.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not if you live here and you're not used to them, but pretty small. And I didn't feel it, but quite a few people felt it.
That's bullshit. No one felt it.
They're like, wait, there was an earthquake? That must have been what
That was so crazy to say that because literally I was home doing nothing with my husband and my mom messaged me, there was an earthquake. And then all of a sudden, like, the next door neighbor app would pop up with, did anyone feel that?
Oh, yeah.
My God, the ground. I'm like,
Feel like
I was
I'm
honey, did you know there was an earthquake? When? Where? I was like, here, right now. He's like, here?
Yeah.
And then it came out later. It was like
Really far.
really far away
Yeah.
by the Kansas border. And so it
it
was small.
It was small. It was unexpected.
It was.
I didn't expect to move from the fire and earthquake
And like I
capital
said,
of the world and
happened
move to
again.
Nebraska. And there's fires, earthquakes, plus tornadoes.
We haven't even gotten into tornadoes.
We're not
Just
even
get
in
ready.
tornado. We're getting there real quick.
I mean, I don't know what season
You
bring.
don't even. It's going to bring nothing.
Nothing but joy. Yeah. So Nebraska's been quite a crazy place.
Nebraska has really been giving, just a lot of giving. So there's been no giving on our end.
Nope. No
I'm
giving.
happy with that.
I am too. Yeah. Let's just let's keep it that
Let's
way.
appreciate that.
Because we don't need to give anything. Other people give us plenty. And so I'm excited to talk about our top picks for our gossip section.
I will say before we start,
Oh gosh.
we're not associated with anybody. It's our own personal opinion. We could be right or wrong. We only argue with each other. We don't
Yes.
argue with anyone else. So
No.
please, everyone has their own opinion.
And I
No-
love that.
Yeah, or else it'd be really boring.
I mean, right? If we got along and did everything together, I mean, would we be friends? I don't know.
I mean, we do everything together,
And we argue a lot
much
about
to
it.
the dismay of some people.
Let's talk about the one we probably won't disagree a
Right.
ton about, which
Okay.
is the Timothy Chalamet drama. What are your opinions just generically on Timothy?
I think he's a great actor. I've liked him I mean, he's done I'm not talking about Dune. I think I watched the first one. It's fine for sci-fi,
Oh
but
god.
Call
Dismiss
Me
it
by Your
terrible.
Name or Call Me by My
Yes, Call You by My Name.
amazing,
Oh, it's
amazing
so good.
movie.
Beautiful Boy?
That broke my heart.
Yeah, Beautiful
Beautiful Boy was
Boy.
incredible. I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. But anyway, for
I have
him,
not.
I think the Bob Dylan movie I haven't seen. I have that on my list. But yes, basically, I think he's a hard worker and he's great as an actor.
Yeah, I think as an actor he's very good, and I think that's where the problem's coming from.
Mm.
So the drama surrounding him, he was on
Was in front of an audience with
yeah,
Matthew McConaughey
yeah,
for
but for what?
something,
I
a
don't know
zine
what
or
yeah, I
something.
don't know what it was.
And it was like actor on actor.
Yeah, and I think maybe he was trying to impress Matthew
Hmm.
McConaughey,
Yeah,
but
I
he
could
did it
totally
in
see that.
such a way that even Matthew McConaughey was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, like,
His
y-
body language was not giving.
yeah, he wasn't like, all right, all right, all
But
right.
basically, he just dissed the arts community
He
by
said you don't want to
saying,
end up.
"Keep this thing alive even though no one cares about it anymore." And then he added, "All respect, like, to the communities."
That's literally like when you send someone a text and then you put LOL at the end. You're such a jerk today. LOL. Like you were, but also don't
Yeah,
get mad.
and then he became the butt of all jokes. He was joked about at the Oscars.
Oscars.
He was joked about online
Everyone had something to
everywhere.
say. Anyone who has no idea what it's like to be in this situation
Mhm.
had a lot to say. I saw Jamie Lee Curtis defend him in a way where she was very clear on, yeah, what he said was stupid and you wish he hadn't said it.
Yeah.
But let's not forget he's 20 something. Like, I mean, at my current age, which will never be disclosed on this podcast, I would never say something like that. But
Yeah.
at that age, you do.
And I think, like I said, I think he was just trying to maybe show up and show
Mhm.
off a little bit to someone who has had a remarkable career and has lived in I mean, I don't know, Matthew McConaughey has done anything stupid in his life because he's
Oh,
old,
are you
but
ready?
yeah, tell it.
So many years ago, cops were called to his house because he was stoned in his own home, okay?
Yeah,
And I don't know who called, neighbors maybe, but he was stoned, naked, banging on bongos.
amazing.
And the cops were called to his house. Everyone, there's not, I mean, I could tell you stupid stuff I've done.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that's not what this show's about.
It's not about
So,
me.
yeah, it's kind of like holding a grudge. It
It
only
is.
hurts you.
I think that's our culture nowadays.
Yeah.
They come after you really hard right off the bat. But the funny thing about this is because he's such a prominent actor and he
Mhm.
does such good stuff. Even though people are dissing him, the new Dune movie's coming out this year at the
Yeah.
end of it. Fuck, everyone's gonna go see it. They're not gonna suddenly be like, no,
Yeah.
can't go see it because you said something stupid and
Hmm.
you hurt your own image. No, they're all gonna go see it. Everyone's already raving for his performance in it. I literally cannot wait.
The only
It's gonna
people
be so
prolonging it are us, like people, like everyday people, people
oh,
on the
yeah,
street.
sure.
They're also this thing. So I don't know if you saw any of his press stuff, but when he was doing press for Marty Supreme, he came off as very cocky. He would go on interviews and say, "This is my best performance." But also, if you look at the type of actor he is very immersed in his roles. And I'm not saying he's like
A method actor?
yeah, but he knows how to sell it. So for Marty Supreme, it's a very I mean, it's paddle tennis. So you gotta be kinda cocky to be a famous paddle tabletop tennis, whatever it's called. So that's how he promoted the movie as I think in a way Marty Supreme
I
as his
suppose, yeah,
character.
because, you
I had never seen him talk like that before. When this director was talking about him about the Bob Dylan movie, originally, first of all, he could sing. Great. So they recorded the singing. And the director said when they were on set, the recording's playing and he's singing along, Timothy said, "It just doesn't feel right."
Mhm.
And said, "I want to sing live." He sang live for that movie by his choice. And, Bob Dylan doesn't have the great voice.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a great voice, but he's a great storyteller. And so he did a great job singing in all the clips that you see of him singing. I think he's earned the right to make a mistake here and there.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like he murdered
And
someone.
and it's not even an earn. Everyone's is gonna make mistakes.
Everyone's gonna do, yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think we
He's
just
just in
don't give
such a
people a break.
yeah, I think he's in just such a high position, like,
Expected.
you can't make a mistake, you can't
Yeah.
be young.
But was it stupid what he said? 100%.
Yeah, 1,000%.
People are, I mean, it's especially New Yorkers,
Yeah,
obsessed with theater, and
for sure. I think you just gotta put respect
yeah.
on the
It
arts,
yeah, well deserved.
and so his mistake just hit the art community
And it was
hard.
a very generalized statement,
Yeah,
and
mhm.
so it affected a very large group.
Exactly, exactly.
But, I mean, like you said, it's the world we live in, and people just really love to tear other people
Yeah.
down, unfortunately.
And let's bring a little bit of romance into this, and I'm gonna call it the Kardashian curse. Oh, he
Do it.
started dating Kylie Jenner,
Mhm,
even though she's not a Kardashian, she's obviously known for
mhm.
keeping up with the Kardashians. They try to keep their romance a down low thing, but
Yeah.
recently he's really come out and like, he thanked her in his speech
Yes.
and he has been seen, at these premieres and stuff with her. Do you think he's getting a lot more hate because of her?
I do think there is hate towards the Kardashians, and I don't think that they've ever presented themselves as more than what they are, especially Kylie, because I mainly know her because I never watched that show,
I've never either.
but I mainly know her from her relationships.
Yeah, I will say I'm not a fan of the Kardashians, and there's a lot of reasons why
Mhm.
I'm not, but I wouldn't when I heard that they were dating, I think it's such a weird coupling. And do I think they're gonna last? No, but that's just my opinion because they're so famous in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And like since this is the big drama for him, it'll either make or break them,
Mhm. I
honestly.
I don't I don't know if they would stay together, but also they're both young and she's got kids and
Yeah, and she's
she lives in a different world because I doubt he's as rich as the Kardashians are.
no,
So,
he's never gonna be as well known as they are.
right, and they're really well known. I think that just assuming that it wouldn't work out because she's a Kardashian, I would never think that. I would just think it's very difficult to maintain a relationship in the public eye, being famous.
So I think Kylie and him, hopefully they'll work through this
Yeah.
together. But I do believe in the Kardashian curse, and I don't foresee it lasting long. But we'll see because, like I said, he's such a good actor, and he
Mhm.
has good stuff coming, especially with Dune. He's still gonna get jobs. He's still gonna go forward.
Do
But
you think
should he make an apology for what he said?
I kinda feel like he should. Like, if I said something mean if I generalized people and said something and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, that hurt my feelings or made me feel less than," I would say, "Oh, I'm sorry," "Sorry." Like, it's not a big deal,
Yeah,
really.
it's really not. You'd be
Sorry
like,
isn't a big deal. Like,
and he
he
doesn't
may
have to do anything else
right.
besides that. He could just be like, I made a comment in the moment. Do I regret that comment? Yes.
But
Did it
guess
get
what?
made?
His apology will get ripped apart.
Oh, 1,000% because lots of apologies do. Absolutely. I mean, one side will be totally against, oh, it
Mhm.
wasn't sincere. Oh, he's just trying to save face. Blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? It may be true, it may not be true, but no one will ever give him that
No,
opportunity
because
to know.
that's in even everyday life.
What about the Kardashian curse really quick, is that like that they can't have relationships? Or
No,
no,
it's just like everything they touch kind of
falls apart? Oh,
falls apart
oh,
slowly.
I do have a theory about their relationships, and it's that men cannot
Handle strong,
handle
powerful women.
they cannot handle women who are strong, independent, have their own money, just
That's what I think will get
him.
Timothy and Kylie because she has been successful in her own right
I think she does
for
cosmetics?
yes,
Yeah,
for such a long, long time
yeah.
that I just
But also it could work for them because she doesn't need him. When you're
he even though I like him, he does not seem like a woman's man. He seems like not even a man's man. He's
he's
a boy's
yeah.
boy. And again, it might be because he's so young that I
Mhm.
feel that way. But there is just something about his personality, just generically. I think he's a great actor. I love all the films that he's been in. I don't personally like him as a person. I think he's a boy's boy.
I don't know
And
because I don't know if I've
that's
seen
just
him I just don't think you can ever have your guard down when you're in that position.
And the people that I do like are the people who do present themselves as themselves. And so maybe that's why I don't like him. He
Yeah.
never seems genuine.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And,
totally get
you
that.
know, his choice and how he wants, because he does seem like he's a pretty private person
Mhm.
in general. So maybe that's just what he wants. And that's fine. But then you're always going to come off as a stigma. That's just life.
Yeah, that's just yeah, that could
That's
be
just life.
I when I was younger and I would go to and I'd be totally having fun. I'm a people watcher, so I would like watch people and people come up to you and they're like, "Aren't you having fun? Aren't you this?" It's like, "Why are you assuming?"
We're an assuming species.
based on my looks, based on my rage face. But yeah, yeah, we do just assume things about other people. But I think I knew that this when we initially were thinking about what to discuss, I was like, we can't just have one topic because it's the one we had chosen and we agreed on.
Yes, we did agree on it.
And I'm very excited,
Pod.
God, to get to the next topic. I'm gonna be careful what I say, but I have my own opinions.
What are we talking about?
There's this little woman.
I like how you use the word little.
She's 5'2",
She's tiny.
and
Her big ex grizzly bear man.
which I'm super stoked with.
Yes.
So Lily Allen and David Harbour.
Yep. Let's start from the beginning. Lily Allen's a singer
Yes, I have no
and
background on
very,
her.
very popular in the UK. I grew up listening to her. I
Mhm.
really like her music. I really like her songs. And then David Harbour is
An actor.
an actor, and he's newer to me and most well known for Stranger Things.
Mhm.
Of course, now he's in a ton of stuff. I mean,
Yes, and before that, he was an actor, but, like, he
in
wasn't
what?
in but yeah, like, you wouldn't have known him.
Yep. Yep.
Stranger Things is where everyone knows him from.
Mm,
I've never listened to
sure.
her.
Sure. Because her songs are very catchy.
Mhm.
I wouldn't necessarily call them like, oh, the greatest works of art.
Well,
They're
just to
poetic and catchy.
agree to
Her beat.
disagree.
Again, I grew up with her. You did not,
Can't
which
wait.
shows our age
Yeah,
difference.
I can't wait to get into the nitty-gritty of this.
So they met in 2019 for through a very fancy, very exclusive invite only dating app. Which, how do you feel about that?
I can't say much about that. I mean,
You've known people who have met.
I met my husband
Well,
online.
I was gonna say you met him online.
Yeah, but not a dating app. So dating apps now, I
Mhm.
think, are so terrible
Yeah,
compared
they
to what when they
are.
first came out.
They are.
Because I knew a couple that had met, oh, maybe 20 years ago or more on a brand new dating app. They ended up
Mhm.
getting married. Everything was great. Now it's just hookups.
So thank you. That's
It's just
exactly. I
hookups.
think it's exclusive hookups, but they met
This
there.
okay,
Mhm.
this one is made for people with a crap ton of money,
Yes, the
very
rich.
upper level.
Yes.
Yeah, and celebrities, and I think
I
they need something like that because you can't just meet anybody. You don't
no.
know why they love you or why they wanna be with you.
I don't even think it's that. I still think it's for hookups because you don't also want to go anywhere to us to
By yourself?
no, not even by yourself. Just like, oh, a woman on the street who's gonna be like, I slept with such and
Oh,
such.
yes,
We
yes.
met through this such. They don't want that on
Yeah.
their background. So they'll meet someone who's also a little bit elevated who doesn't want their
Mhm,
background of,
and they probably sign stuff.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. So to me, a dating app, no matter when, what, or where, has always been just a hookup. And I
See,
think this
for
is a fancy exclusive hookup.
I would be if I first of all, I don't think I could ever be on a dating app, but if I was single, the only reason I would get on a dating app is because I wanted to meet someone, not for a hookup.
Yeah,
But and there are people like that.
that's your age. Continuing, they met in 2019,
Mhm.
got married in 2020. I don't know
Very
how,
quick,
yeah, I don't know how long they were dating, but they got married in Vegas
and she has kids, right?
and she does have kids. So she
Okay.
was married prior. And then she had 2 kids with him. Oh my
How many
gosh.
times has he been married?
I have no idea. I didn't look that up.
Probably 0. But go ahead.
And they split in 2025 after 4 years of marriage.
Okay.
And so this is old news. It was in 2025, right? But just recently it stirred it for me and kind of like made me want to talk about it. Was she was performing in the most iconic heady receipt dress.
Uh,
Literally
I agree with Petty.
seats. So let's take a step back though and let's figure
Let's
how this got here.
let me just point out, like you said,
Oh boy.
this is old news, but yet here she is dragging it on to sell records. And don't you dare compare her to Taylor Swift.
Fucking how can I not?
There's no.
Yes. That
No.
bitch has
She's
gone through
blatantly
okay, first of all, no Taylor Swift hate, no Taylor, don't come after me. It's a thing. But she wrote literally every single one of
But
her
she did it.
albums after
You don't know who it's
that.
about. I mean, everyone has
Bitch,
a theory.
you know
I
who
don't.
it's about.
I
At
know
me.
nothing.
Just seriously, she's dating Joe Jonas, breaks up, and has an album about some guy.
Who dumped her by text? No.
No.
And let me tell you something else. When they've interviewed her,
I'm shaking my head. No.
yeah, she is shaking her head. No, she has never, ever, ever thrown anyone under the bus. And Lily Allen's walking around with a freaking dress made of receipts.
I love
Poor
it.
David.
Oh my gosh, David. So,
Ew, David.
so I listened to the album,
Yes,
and
I
you
couldn't do
did
it.
not.
No, you
Because
played me 2 songs
I did
on
play
the
her
way to the
2
gym and
very
back.
important songs because I love the album. I thought it was again, I like her music, I like her style, I always
Mhm.
have. So I thought it was very catchy, very interesting. So yes, my favorite. So it literally her album goes through the steps of what kind of happened for her, right? Because
Mhm.
David, I don't know if David will ever give us anything about it. Maybe.
And nor should he.
And if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. But she was very, very affected by this. So
Mhm.
she, before the split was even announced, she checked herself into a treatment center,
For
emotional reasons, because she was just
look at my face.
I can't I can't even with you right now. Good, first of all, good for her for going somewhere because she has had alcohol and drugs in the past. And so one of her songs is called Relapse. And so I think she was afraid she was going to relapse from everything that had happened. So she instead checked herself in to get help and to kind of like and not have that kind of happen. But nobody knew why because it was before the split was announced. So she did that in January of 2025 and then the split was announced in February.
And probably at that time, though, they had already been apart.
Yeah,
Usually when
they
people
had
announce
to
it,
have,
it's been a while.
yeah, so they
Okay,
already had been apart.
So you told me this in the car about
Mhm.
they got married, they met in 2019, got married in 2020.
Yes. And so her first song is West End Girl,
Mhm.
and it is 2021 when she gets the offer to go star in a Broadway show in
Mhm.
London. She had already moved with David in to New York, and so they had to separate for this because she's like, I'm gonna go do this. It's gonna be
Mhm.
great.
Which is exactly what she should do
Yep, exactly.
because it's her career.
So my guess, there's no concrete evidence, but my guess is in 2021, he calls her, can't handle the separation, wants to have an open marriage. So in this song, she plays it not as lyrics, but as a conversation with
Mhm.
him, saying,
And
"Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't
her
feel."
end.
It's just her
It's like
end.
her responses to what he would have said, what he had
Yes.
said.
Yeah. So, she's like, okay, we can do it. I don't feel great about
It
it.
makes me sad. I want you to be happy, she
And then
said,
and then she goes into the next song, which is like it's called
ruminating.
ruminating. And I love that because yeah, she's like, wait, this shouldn't happen over a phone call. I can't believe.
Yeah.
But so
So
to that point,
this is about after she gets off
yeah.
the
So
phone with
this is
him.
the point. They have been married maybe a year. She decides to go off and do her own thing because she's still in her own right very famous.
Yeah.
And he decides that's too far. I want to open up our marriage.
But are you
This is
assuming
the
are you
point.
assuming this?
I could be assuming this because we'll never
Oh.
know his side of the story.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
only
yeah.
have one side.
We don't know why he said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And you thought from the lyrics it sounded like he had already done something. I took it from the lyrics
Yeah.
as she's just thinking like,
Because
okay,
the
wow,
lyric
this
was
is
like,
what will
after
happen to
you
me.
kissed her and looked in
Yeah.
her eyes, and then did it feel like as good as you thought or something
Yeah.
like that,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
Yeah. But basically their marriage had been open for quite a few years then. If that
So if it
happened in
was
2021
2021
and they didn't get divorced
till
until
25,
20,
they
but
made it a
even
couple
though
of
she might
years.
have already known for a year or so, that
Mhm.
means roughly an estimation of 2 years
Mhm.
was open.
Yeah. Do we know if she dated anyone?
I don't know. There is one song. She got online and tried dating and she went by a fake name. She is dating someone now. There is reports that she's dating now in 2026. But my favorite song of all time from the album is Pussy Palace.
Yeah.
It was
So
so catchy.
I found this extremely interesting. And also, I think it's hilarious that she thought it was a dojo. I know
Now,
we've all seen what David Harbour looks like.
okay, now did she say dojo because of Barbie, Ken's Casa Dojo house, which man cave,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
In your
fancier man
dojo.
cave. I think that's what she was referring to when she says
I
dojo.
legit was
Because
like,
she goes on to say there's just legit
oh, she talks about,
sexy paraphernalia
yeah.
everywhere. Lube, butt plugs,
Yep.
vibrating, condoms, hundreds of thousands. Like she's
Yeah.
like,
Like she's saying there were like she
it's like
walked in there
she
and
is
went, "What the hell's going
yeah,
on?"
she is
Yeah.
calling him a sex addict. This song, Pussy Palace, now comes after she's broken up with him because she believes that he caught feelings for a girl and is lying to her about it. So she's like, "We're breaking up. I'm gonna come give you your shit because we are
Oh, okay.
done." So she goes over there. He wasn't there, but she had the keys, so she let herself in and
Okay.
saw all this stuff and was like, "Wait,
Now that you just said that about that song, what gives her the right to talk about what's going on in his own place? If they're broken up, that's his business, and she wants to tell the whole world.
yep, she sure
Forget
does."
their open marriage. They were broken up. That's so ridiculous to me. I wouldn't have an out. Like I don't have it. Like if somebody does something to me, and it
Yeah.
has happened to me when I was much younger, um, you don't have an outlet to release those emotions or feelings unless you are like a songwriter or
Mhm.
even if you write a book or a movie, right?
Yeah.
So you have a way to harness that everything you're going through. So it makes sense that, she turns to her music. But there is a point where when you're selling yourself and your trauma to sell your record, now I'm like, that it's just too much for me. Like, but the nitty gritty of the thing is you think that you're going to heal by having a dress with receipts that of places that he went, I'm assuming with
Hell
other people,
fucking
wearing it on
yes.
stage. That's not healing. That
That's
is
not healing
causing,
for you.
I don't think it's good. How can that be healing? I don't understand. I understand needing to heal, going to the rehab place or wherever, or emotional, what, fine. Everyone has their own way. This is more of like poking the tiger, like,
No.
wearing the dress for everyone to see. She did the lyrics already. That was enough. Like that's already releasing, but it was more like tattling on him or being like, everyone, look at this person that you guys maybe like or admire, and look at what a horrible human he is. He said nothing bad about her. And you can't say that she
Well,
obviously,
because he's the one who did it.
you
He's the
don't,
one who's done it.
but it doesn't mean that she's perfect and never did anything to him.
No, it's true. I mean, to me, her only fault was accepting it in the first
Uh,
place. Sounds like I don't know what
I mean,
bad, if it was
she gave up her
alcohol.
life and moved to New York because that's, I'm assuming, because of Stranger
Yeah,
Things, right?
but people do that.
Yeah.
More women than ever want something to cling to, and maybe it was because, she was older, she had kids, found
Is
someone
she
who loved
older
her.
than him?
No, she's younger than him. He's like 10 years older than her, but,
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
she's still older in the
Yeah,
sense
yeah.
of
She's
famous.
looking for stability. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
she's
yes.
already done that marriage life and stuff, and so she really wanted it, with him because he was older. I mean, he's older.
Yeah,
There's a
neither
10
one.
years gap, and she's 40
Isn't
and
he
he's
like
50.
50? Yeah.
Then they met when she was 30 and he was 40. That's crazy to me because 'cause I'm at 34 now, and I just couldn't imagine starting my life over. I have a kid. I have almost 8
Oh,
year old.
starting
She
over.
has 2.
Yeah.
So she was looking for that stability, and
Yeah.
maybe she cleaned a little bit hard for it because they got married so quickly. Then they tried to open up their
I think
marriage.
it's always 2 people that end a
Yes.
relationship, and I think that, yes, the first issue is accepting over the phone, first of all.
Yeah, totally different continent.
Let's just say one thing. Well, I just wanna say one thing. I'm not a believer in open marriages. I think one person is always gonna get hurt. But I do think that there are people who emotionally and mentally are capable of having open marriages, and they are fine with it.
Yes. And so what happened was that she started seeing stuff and realized he was hooking up with a girl often,
So, yeah.
Madeline, the infamous Madeline. And then she confronts Madeline. She
Mhm.
talks to her about it. And I guess she denies it, says there's no feelings. She understood it was just sex. But because Lily already had that sense of distrust, she couldn't believe anything that she said. And she couldn't believe anything that David said. So whether or not that's true, I
Mhm.
will say that is Lily's own problem.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So, like I say, you're not a girl's girl. I also don't think Lily's a girl's girl because otherwise, in another song, she kind of drags her down and makes her,
Madeline?
yeah, makes her seem very belittled and like she was just a whore who ruined my marriage. In my opinion,
That's
that's
kinda
not
rough.
necessarily true, but it was in my opinion. It felt like that when I'm a girl's girl. I don't give two shits. I will always side with you, even if it was lying and you were lying and you caught feelings. Just tell me the fucking truth. I'm not gonna maybe it's because I just don't care.
About
Love. We already talked
yeah,
about this, remember?
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
I think you can love in so many vastly different
yeah.
ways, but jealous love, controlling love, possessive love is not my type of love. I
Mhm.
love to read about it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
don't like
you
to
couldn't
watch it,
yeah, you
and I
couldn't deal
don't
with
like
it.
to feel it.
Yeah. I think
Because people change, and I believe that
yeah.
feelings can change, and it should change, and you just have to work together to change with it.
The second my husband asks if we can see other people, we are done. Do you know why? Because I should be enough. So just out of the blue, your spouse calls you. Because I'm not saying he's right, or just because he called her and asked for permission doesn't make it right,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even though she said yes,
Yeah.
because obviously she regretted it, and I guarantee you there was discussions about her regretting it later,
I'm sure.
and it
I'm
and
sure.
that's how it ends up ending.
Well, and I'm sure there are probably moments where she like she would ask or,
Hmm.
try to look for stuff right then and there. If you ever have to have that feeling like of distrust, you should immediately talk to your partner
Yeah,
because even though you would not, I'm not saying we ever would, but like I'm fine. I would be probably fine with it as long as we had an open conversation. And maybe that's because when I met my husband, I was dating somebody
yeah,
and fell in love with my husband.
and you were like, well,
And I would be fine with an open marriage because I only love him, but I can absolutely be attracted and stuff to other people,
your
and
husband would not.
never he can't even look at you, like, we'll
Hmm.
say we love each other to each other, like, even me and Dean, and Nick can't
He
even
won't say
say
it.
it.
He won't say it.
He's a totally and completely committed to me, which is great because, like
Yeah,
like I said, even though I'm fine with it, I don't have to worry about it because,
yeah.
like, he doesn't want it and I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're saying, "Well, I'm open to it." You're just saying you can see how that situation could work, but
Exactly.
see, you'd need to find somebody that felt exactly like you did
Exactly,
about that
and they did
situation.
not
No.
find it.
And I don't think he wanted an open marriage.
I
He
don't think so
probably
either.
just didn't even want to be married.
Honestly, I think that too.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for some people to just leave. I don't know why. I don't know why.
There's
I
a million reasons
I
though.
guess.
We don't know they had a prenup or not, but like
Yeah,
once
that's
you
true.
buy property and you have all this money, I'm sure it's such
I
a
hear
hassle.
divorce is
Yeah.
very costly, but look at the emotional toll it
Yeah.
did on her, and look at how pissed off she got from it.
Yeah.
If he wanted that open marriage, he should have just straight up admitted
Met
to themselves what they
yeah.
wanted
He
and
should
talked
have
it
just
over.
said, I miss not having somebody around, and this is what I want." Like, I wanna come get
Yeah,
off work and be like, "Oh,
yeah,
somebody loves me and wants to be there." I mean, a woman has the same right as a man to go have her career.
that's right.
Then obviously was in a contract and can't just take off,
Yeah.
but there have been situations where people are like, "I made a decision."
Mhm,
There are celebrities who are married with kids who are successfully married, who are
mhm.
like, "We made an agreement when we got married that we would never be more than 2 weeks away from each other,"
Yes,
whatever it is. So, there's that lack of, it could have been infatuation from both ends. Women
totally.
do tend to fall in love faster than men,
Of course.
and I also think, because I've done this, that women confuse love
Oh,
sometimes.
100%.
So, and I think men are more aware of themselves.
Mm,
Maybe they're less aware of love, but they're more aware of themselves.
yeah.
So I think that,
I think how they look at love is vastly different from how we look at love.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I could never have an open marriage. Tell you that right now.
You're like, "Don't even think about it, Dean."
Myself personally, if
Yeah.
I was to move for some reason and my husband called me and said, "Since we're apart, why don't we have an open marriage?" I'd be like, "Well, I guess you hate me now."
Divorce.
Yeah,
Divorce
divorce.
me?
Yeah.
You wanna divorce me?
Yeah.
You're calling me on the phone to tell me you want to divorce me?
I said open marriage.
All I hear is divorce.
And also, I do think it's pretty shady of her to have talked to this girl. I don't know who called who. And
Yeah.
then to put her on the record, like, it's not this girl's fault
Yeah.
that
Everyone was
he,
trying to figure out who she was too. I don't think they ever did. I think
oh,
it
they
was
don't
just
know.
I think they have some speculation of who it was. I didn't look up who it was because,
It really doesn't matter
it
at the
doesn't matter.
end of the, yeah.
Yeah, because she had an expectation of what she saw. She said what she said. That's fine. This is about Lily Allen and David.
We didn't go and study everything. So
Well,
we don't know
this is
if,
just
like, how when something big happens, all of a sudden all these people come out of the woodworks. So,
yeah.
like, I don't know if maybe another woman has come out and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, he did the same thing to me," or "He's always been a cheater." Like, I don't know if that
Yep.
has happened. Some might think he's in the wrong and he feels stupid, which is why he hasn't commented. Because I
Yeah.
think the best thing he's doing is not responding.
It's true.
He could maybe say, try and stop her from doing it, because I'm sure she would tell everyone if he was.
Mm.
He's letting her have her feelings and do what she needs to do,
Yeah.
but he's continuing on with what he needs to do.
That's why I think it's so crazy. You're like, she's in the wrong because I think that is all she's doing. She's just feeling her
Oh,
feelings and
yes.
she's pissed.
I I agree that she should write about it, should do whatever she needs to do to get past this. But I think, like, even though that one song you played me where like, it's like her end of the conversation,
Yeah,
she's
the
not
very
using
first
his
one.
voice or anything, but it's implied what's happening on the other end of the call. That's also, it's like too much. You know what I mean? Like, that is pity me, because she could still do the song without that part. Like, we get it. He did something to you that was very hurtful.
Mhm.
She should have never agreed, and I know that there's reasons for it, because I couldn't tell you what I would say if I was in love with my husband. I mean, I was away from my husband for 8 months when he first moved here. If he had called me and said, "I'm gonna start dating other people," what am I gonna do? I had 2 kids. I would have had to, like, maybe I would have just put up with. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, it's not that I think she's wrong for writing and putting out music. I think what she's doing is to make more money by wearing the dress, because of course that dress, if she had come out normal, it's not a gotcha moment. It's not a moment that's gonna be across the internet.
It's true. That is a true
It's
fact.
not, I don't think that it's about whether I'm a girl's girl or not. I just think because of my age, I handle things a little more maturely. So I could be furious
Yeah.
at somebody and whatever, but I just, in my mind, also, I didn't grow up with the internet, right? Thank goodness. I wasn't like the bullying online and stuff that happened. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't have to deal with that. So in my mind, that's not where I would go if I was mad at you. I wouldn't be like, just wait and start typing a whole bunch of stuff. And also, I mean, we could wonder about biases, because I liked him when I saw Stranger Things, never knew him, whatever. And I don't know what it is about him, but I absolutely I like that he's so big.
Yeah.
So I already have that in my head. And when I found out in front of you, real life, I was like, she's 5'2".
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
were
like, he's 6'2". And I was like, They should just stay together."
yeah, you were like, "Get back together
Yeah.
already." So the question, should he had gotten more pushback for this or no, is
So he's gotten no pushback,
no, he's
right?
gotten no pushback.
Yeah. Why should he?
Yeah.
If this is the thing about fame. This happens constantly in regular people's lives. So when you do have pushback in those situations, it's your immediate group, your closest friends, your family
Yeah.
who may pick a side or whatever. In the grand scheme of things,
Mm.
it's nobody else's business. Unless somebody makes it everyone's business. And I still don't think he was wrong, because she opened the door to it.
Mhm.
And if she wasn't strong enough to say, we're not having this discussion, let me fly home, or you come here the second we have a break. But for right now, I'm telling you, please don't do this.
I don't think he got pushback because they're not famous enough. I
Is that
mean,
what you think?
I that's what I think because you could say that about, like, Justin Timberlake getting all cozy with that one co-star. Remember when that happened?
That did.
And it blew
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
fuck up, but they stayed together. She claimed it wasn't true. He claimed it wasn't
He
true.
apologized
And he apologized.
for his
David
behavior.
Harbour didn't do any
That
of
probably
that.
didn't affect him.
And
Yeah, that's
because I
true.
think they're not famous
Very high enough.
enough,
Yeah.
which is why nothing came of it. Do I think something should have come of it? No, not necessarily, because again, they were married. It wasn't agreed to thing, even if she didn't in the run
Regret
want
it.
to.
I will say that I thought it started as an open thing. I didn't know that it was after they
Oh,
got
it was
married and she
after.
left, but it still doesn't necessarily change my opinion, because she should have known him well enough to either know if he's mature enough to handle
Yeah.
it, right? Because
Mhm.
it's obviously, like I said, both people's fault.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna, because of what I've gone through in my life,
Yeah.
I think a woman is strong enough to say, that's not gonna work for me. I mean, what was he gonna do? He would have just
Left
cheated
her.
and she left him. Like,
He probably didn't apologize. He probably said, "Well, this is what you signed up for." I think if he probably had apologized, not even publicly, maybe publicly after she had made it super public, and this was before the album, right? Because
mhm.
she had gone to the treatment center, got treatment, they got
And nobody
divorced.
knew why.
She talked about it, and then she made that album. I think somewhere in between that treatment center and the divorce happening, if he had come out publicly and said, "I understand I hurt her, la-di-da-di-da," all of this could have been completely saved, like, in the sense of face.
I disagree because I think she was always gonna write about it.
I don't think so. Well, I mean, she probably
I
would
mean
have
I mean,
always
sorry.
wrote about it.
You don't, then she's petty. Because if she what does
I
she
know
want?
you feel that way, yeah.
Forcing him to apologize, like, "Oh, he doesn't apologize. Now I'm gonna get this dress made of receipts, or I'm going to out him to everybody about all the horrible things he did to me. Let me do
Hell
my side
yeah.
of the conversation where I'm just so broken and hurt." Like, now it's petty. Like, it immediately becomes petty.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to leave it at that and agree to disagree.
And I'm older, so I'm always right. Respect your
Respect your elders,
elders.
yeah. I think that's all the wonderful gossip we have.
That's all we have. Hopefully, nobody's offended. We try to be polite
That's right.
and
That's right.
respectful.
We try to see it from all sides.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's move on and let's talk about something maybe overrated or underrated.
Overrated.
Alrighty, let's start there.
Starts with an A, ends with an R.
Yes. So this month we got the release dates, not for one, but for two new Sarah J. Masses in the Akatar series. And I cannot wait because I loved that series.
And to me, it was just like a normal day.
I know. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, does this mean I have to read it? Because I
That's
don't even
literally
remember anything
That's
about
literally
it.
what I asked because before we did this, in the very beginning of our blossoming friendship, you said, "I like to read books." I said, "Me too." And you said, "Let's do a book club." So we had this little book club. Little did I know that it was fantasy smut.
Hell yeah.
And so, me being a thriller reader, I was like, "I'll give this a try." 7 books or whatever it was later, the group we were reading with, we would meet up, was it like once a week or something on
Yeah, FaceTime.
yeah, and we would kinda like talk over what we read. So, our goal was to get to a certain point every time we met. And they would literally be like, "Oh my gosh, I hate this person. I love this person. This, then that." I didn't even get past the first guy that I hated. And then I was right. He was horrible. And because I'm a fan of dark hair anyway. So I was like, dark hair, perfect. And that's about all I know. And that's all I remember also.
Well, that's okay because I have asked our listener, my new little friend Allie, to join us on the podcast for a special reading of these two new books. And she'll do it with me in lieu of you. You will be missed.
I won't miss you guys. I'll be I'll be okay. I will not be participating. I could not for the life of me imagine even a summary of each book in order to read the new books.
And you have to read each series, and there's three. There's Akatar,
Oh,
Throne
yeah.
of Glass, and Crescent Cities.
You guys will miss the banter,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
But I'm telling you right now that when you think of the world, this woman next to me actually said to me, "She is the biggest writer of our generation." I swear to you, I have proof because it was in our messages. I can't. I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I just couldn't imagine. I can't. I can't wrap my head around this being such a big thing.
Oh,
Like,
it's
I get it
huge.
in the context of all the a whole like, there's a lot of series of fantasy smut series,
Yeah.
right? I don't know why hers blew up like it did.
I don't honestly, I will agree with you. I don't know either because I don't know how it even came to be, but it is like
Mhm.
the main one. And
How is
then,
there not a movie?
like, there's got to be books that came before her that were probably similar.
Mhm.
But hers will always be like this came first, and everything else underneath of it is like based off of that in
Yeah.
some way or
And
another.
I feel like every single book person knows ACOTAR. Whether you
Oh,
read
yeah.
that type of book or not, you know it.
You know it.
And there's a whole bunch of series, even some that I own that you'd be like, "I never even heard of that."
Yeah.
It's just I think it's just too overrated.
I think it's rated just enough because I'm a huge fan and I love it. And that's okay to have our differences because we have another difference on the other specter.
I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this one.
I can't.
I'm not afraid though.
Goodreads finally put DNF as an option for books. And I'm so excited. But guess what?
Hmm.
So initially, I had thought that the DNF wouldn't count towards your books.
Wouldn't?
Would. Because I read it.
I
Even
could have
if I
sworn.
read just a tiny little
Yeah.
bit, I took my goddamn time and read 5 pages. I want that
The
1%
first and the last.
to count towards my reading goal.
Oh, it
And
doesn't?
it doesn't. So, do you think that's fair? Or do you think that, to me, you're like, you didn't finish,
That
then you don't get it?
yeah. That's totally fair because initially I thought it was if you
I thought it was
I thought it was
too.
gonna count if you DNF'd it, and I thought, "That's ridiculous."
I thought it was going to count at least the percentage that you read. It's not going to count. It's going to accept that you read it but didn't finish it, and then take
Jay's
it.
good
Oh wait,
read would be like, "You've read 100.63215743."
never ending, never ending. I
So
want it.
I know, and I see probably the same reasoning for DNF that you've told me, which is like, my time's important. I'm not gonna waste my time, and I have seen that in the comments. So I have seen people saying things like, "My time's important. I'm not gonna waste my time reading something I'm not enjoying." And it's like my brain says that's accurate. I wouldn't want to waste my time doing something like reading ACOTAR. But if I start it, I'm gonna give it a chance and just finish it. I also see a lot of people who will post on sites and they'll say, "I'm one third of the way into this book. I already know what happened. Should I finish it?" I
Oh,
mean, figure it out. I don't know.
you hate that
I
so much.
hate that.
I will agree. If you had to ask somebody if you should finish this, then
You probably don't need
you
to
don't
finish
need to
it. Yeah.
finish it. But then again, this is where we're also vastly different because I will read the end of the book. It
Yeah.
won't ruin the experience for me. So sometimes, especially when I was younger, and I don't do it so much now that I read thrillers, but
Mhm.
before when I didn't read thrillers, I would read the last page of the book to see if I liked how it ended. Because I did that with the last Harry Potter, the Hollow Vows or whatever it was.
Mhm.
Didn't read the book. I didn't like how it ended. I hated it,
Okay.
hated it, hated it.
If you had read it, you might have known it's called The Deathly Hallows. Number 1. Number 2, I feel like that has something to do with trauma, to be honest. You're like, "I cannot not know. I have to get to the end to find out if it's a good ending."
It's anxiety.
I mean,
There's like a
that's true.
I think there's actually a legitimate word for people who can't watch new movies without knowing the spoilers, which is me. Can't read the book without knowing how it ends, which is me.
Wow.
Likes to plan everything down to a T so I know how it's going to go. That's me. Since I've taken my medication, I'm a lot better. But before I was so high strung.
Well, yeah. It is.
Now I'm sleeping in until 7 and you're panicking because you're like, where are you?
Where are you? What a waste. I've been up since 6. I could have slept longer. I think that, yeah, anxiety does make a lot of sense to me, but I like that thrill. That's why I don't like jump scares because I like that mental
Yeah.
anxiety, not in my real life. Like I don't need mental anguish in my real life. But when I'm watching or reading something, I want to feel that I don't know what's going to happen, that when something happens, I'm actually going to gasp. And I think when you don't finish a book, you could potentially miss out on something that could end it great because there's been a couple of times, and I know I'm not the best person to analyze this because I like everything, but there's times when you've stopped reading a book that we were going to read together, and I'll read it and I'll say, "You should have finished it. It was worth it. Like it
Oh,
was worth the continued read. Like once you
yeah.
got past this, whatever it was." So
Past the horrible part.
yeah,
So I can get to the last 5
you're like,
pages of the
"What?"
good part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, once you've read page 1 through, like, 299, then 301 to 303 was awesome, and then the author's page. Born and raised, living with their um, yeah. So, DNF.
This is the part that I'm going to say. I and I want the opinion of other people because I am quite curious. I'm not going to use the DNF on Goodreads because I want it to count towards what I read. Now, if I start it and, like, I only make it to page 1, like I did on that one book that
The Taylor Swift one?
Yep, exactly.
Mm.
If I only make it to page 1, or if I don't start it at all, because I think, "Ugh, you know what? I'm never gonna get to it. I don't like it." Then I will DNF it. But if I start and I get 1 chapter in, I'm counting it, and
I
I'm gonna give it a 1 star because I didn't finish
Curious.
it because I didn't like it.
That's insane to judge something without finishing it?
It then I wanted to count the portion I read. The percentage that I read deserves counting.
I can't believe I'm over here suffering reading the entire books.
I know. And you're picking
That's why
1,000-page books, so
because
to
I
be
love
fair.
him. I can't wait to start Moby Dick. I'm like, how many more books do I need to read before I can start that book right now?
Yuck. Oh, God.
But I do think that, everyone's going to do what they're comfortable with. I agree that it should not count as a read book or even a percentage of a read book unless you literally read half the book at minimum
Ugh,
and then said, you know what? That wasn't worth it.
ugh. Get out of here with that.
You're like, I could read so many other books, which is why I will not be joining you on ACOTAR because I'll hate every moment of it, but I'll read it because it's something we're agreeing to do.
Yeah.
Unlike some people who make an agreement
I
to read or
I
watch
I
something.
we also made an agreement we wouldn't change.
Yeah, we did say that. Because at first we're like, well, we both have to read and we both have to watch, knowing that I'm going to
All the way through,
all
no
the
matter
way
how
through.
much you hate it.
Yeah. And then we'd realize Jade won't do that.
Well, maybe we move on to a different, little segment, and we move on to, what we are currently reading or what we have currently finished.
Because of how we record our podcasts, I don't know. I'm currently still reading Outlander, and I feel like I say that literally every time we're recording because
It's a big book.
it is a big book. I love it. I only have 100 pages left, but because I prioritize what's considered work, I read what we need, and it's a couple of books sometimes at a time, not to mention a show or whatever we're going over. And because when I always read for pleasure, even during work stuff, but it's very specific to me. Like I need the room to be silent, and
Yeah,
I'm
you have
very
a
picky when it comes to
yeah,
reading.
you have a very strong feeling on how you want your
My
setup to be.
experience, yeah.
While me, I'm like, I can read in the car. I can read with the TV show going. I can read while my kid is jabbering on about and
That's
my husband
insane.
jabbering on about.
That's insane.
So I did finish some books that weren't part of our podcast. So I finished A Vow So Bloody.
Ooh, I saw your review.
Yes, I loved it so, so, so much. And
You
it
can
was
find that
by
on Give 'Em Something to Jade.
Yep, Give 'Em Something to Jade, and that was written by Vasilisa Drake, and she has a second one coming out in June, and I cannot wait. I'm furious that I picked a book that wasn't already completed because I usually try to avoid doing that.
You
The
you
cover of
raised
this
didn't you give this one 1,000,000 out of 5 stars?
Yes,
Yes,
I
okay.
loved it so much. And then I read We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz,
Mhm,
and that was suggested to me by my friend Allie,
mhm.
and I really liked that. I didn't it was a thriller, so and I didn't know where it was going, and it just jumps in right off the bat. So for ratings, yes, A Vow So Bloody, I gave 1,000,000 out of 5. It has vampires, it has witches, it's got slight ACOTAR vibes because,
Mhm.
everything trickles from that, even though it's not at
Yeah.
all like that. And it's surprisingly, it's low spice, high plot, which I know you would appreciate.
Yes.
And then for We Were Never Here, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's best friends
That's
or
still
ups
really high for
yeah,
you
it is really high
for
for
a
me.
thriller.
Yeah, so it's best friends, how close is too close, traveling around the world, lots of trauma, 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 and how we, deal with that trauma. And then the end gets you. And I love a good get you moment.
Mhm.
So I would absolutely recommend both of these books. The Vow's a little bit thicker, so it's not like a
Yeah.
super quick read, but the We Were Never Here is a super, super quick read. I got that through that very
I gotta
easily.
remember to see if I already read it or if I own it because I don't remember. I don't even remember what I said on the podcast when we recorded. So You can't imagine that I would remember a book if I read it or not.
Heck no.
It's I'm like, "When are we doing the podcast for this book? Let me read it directly the
Directly.
night before so that I remember." And even then, it's a risk.
Yeah, and I'm reading right now our next month's read, so we'll talk about that in just a tick.
Yes.
But what have you been watching? TV show or movie-wise?
So I'm super behind on everything. So I just watched Queen Charlotte.
Oh my god, such a good show.
It was more than I expected, to be honest. I do like Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton.
Mhm.
She's funny. I thought that the girl who played young Queen Charlotte and young Lady Danbury could have been their granddaughters.
Oh my god, they were so good.
It was so good, and it was their voices, their
Yes,
appearances,
their
it was
mannerism.
everything, like, they had to have studied them.
Gosh, it was so good.
So good. The storyline was really good. It's not 100% factual
Of course.
to what really happened, but some similarities, but man, I really felt for her because when you just see her in Bridgerton, she's very cold. They've
Yeah.
had a couple of scenes in Bridgerton where just in case people haven't seen Bridgerton, I don't wanna say too much, but you kinda get a vibe for her relationship with the king, some tender moments even in Bridgerton.
Yeah.
But in Queen Charlotte, the way she loves him again, it's always about love for me.
Yes.
The way she loves him really got me, and the end broke my heart. It was
Yeah.
so great. So that's what I just finished, and I'm currently watching again. Nobody mentioned how late I am. Stranger Things, but I have made it to season 5, and I didn't realize how good that show was, honestly, and I remember I tried to watch episode 1, and it was when it first came out, and I just think I didn't have mentally the ability, like how you said you don't like the anxiety.
Yeah.
It was too anxiety filled for me in the beginning, and now I'm like, "Give me more." So good. How about you?
It's also
Oh.
probably better watching that show now that it's done.
Oh, I love not having to
Because,
wait.
yeah, there were times where we were waiting years. Like, for this
Yes.
latest season, I think we waited, what, like, 4 freaking years? It's a million years to
Yeah.
me, and
It's
so
you don't remember anything.
I won't watch it. I won't even finish it. I watched all of it except this last season because it's taken too goddamn long,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm over it. I'm done.
I
That's the type of person I
Yeah,
am now,
you are,
so
and you don't even flinch.
I don't even flinch. It doesn't even bother me. I
Yeah,
won't know
you're
how
not
it
even like,
ends.
"Hey, after you watch it, can you fill me in?"
Yeah, like, tell me how it ends.
You're
No,
like, "Please don't
don't.
talk to me about it."
I have so I'm not a big TV or movie person, so
Mm.
I've just been watching some of my comfort films like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Labyrinth. But I did watch one new movie. I put it on because I thought, oh, I love the Beatles. I love a
Oh,
musical.
yeah.
I can just put it on in the background while I read or something. And that
Mhm.
was Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
That's a trip.
It was a trip.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
a trip for me.
god. First of all, I had to look into some things about it because I'm like, what is this? I actually ended up watching it, which never happens. It was the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
It was not well received.
No.
People hated on it.
You couldn't be
Earth, Wind, and Fire was in it,
yeah,
and
you
so
couldn't be
was Aerosmith, I think. I don't know.
the
It was
fact that you watched it stone cold sober is
wild. I
is wild.
really should have.
Yeah, like that
I know some
movie
people. I should
yeah,
have.
that was a time. That was a time. But
It
that
made 0 sense.
yeah.
At one at one point, I thought I was high because, like, I at the beginning, I was distracted reading and stuff, and then I
Yeah.
look up at the screen, and they're at a table with the biggest glasses of alcohol in the entire universe, and these girls are just, like, pushing it on them because 'cause they're drugging them, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
You're like, "What is
So
going on?"
gross. And then that's when I started watching because 'cause I'm like, "I
Oh,
I
you're like,
gotta pay
"Hold
I
on."
gotta pay attention. Are they high? Am I high? What's
Yeah.
happening?"
It's going
When I say it was a good movie, not really, but you
It
know what?
was.
The
That's the
music,
Beatles and their music,
the
yeah.
coloring and the vibes,
Yes.
they were pretty cool. So
Yeah, I saw you had rated that, I think 4?
I
Yeah,
rated it
again,
pretty high.
another thing that surprised me. I've been trying to watch movies, but I keep pausing them. I
Yeah.
honestly, I love reading so much that when I'm watching something, my mind says, "You could be reading," especially when I realize nobody's around and it's quiet. So then I'm like,
That's worse because then you're like,
let me really yeah.
You're like all tense. You're like, I need to read, but also the quiet. Also,
Yeah,
at
so many
any
things.
moment it could be broken.
So then, yeah, because there's so many times when I do end up going to read and then everyone has a question, something happens, and I think, "I
You're
knew I should have done
furious.
this." Yeah,
You're like,
I should have done
I'm
this.
reading.
I wasted quiet time watching this stupid show.
Well, let's give them something to come back for April. What are we
Very
reading
excited.
next?
Done and dusted.
Yes, by Lila Sage. I'm very excited. I just started it. Easy, so easy. You're gonna love it. You're gonna flip right through it. I don't know if you'll actually love the book itself, but I will say that you'll love how quick it is.
Mhm.
I'm going to read the whole series because we're not going to continue this on the
Right.
podcast. We're just doing the first one. So I will have something to say about the whole series. I won't hold you to it to also do the same because, again, I don't know if you'll like the book itself,
Yeah.
but that is what we're reading. We're also reading a classic. We're doing a special that's going to be every quarter.
Mhm.
Give them something classic. And this month, we're starting with The Picture of Dorian Gray. We're going to read the book. We're going to talk a little bit about adaptations, and it's going to be a real fun one. And I can't wait to do it with you.
Very excited.
What else do we have? We also have
A show.
a show. That's right. Young Sherlock on Amazon Prime. It's 8 episodes, 1 hour episodes. Should be easy enough to get through, huh?
You would
That's all we're
think.
saying.
You would think.
And then, yeah, do you have anything else? Any personal goals that you're hoping to do in April?
Personal goals? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick a reading goal. I already have a
Yes,
goal at the beginning of the year, every year,
of
but
course.
I really wanna just buckle down and legit read. I don't have a very big library. It's not even considered a library because you need I forgot how many books, but I have like 400 and something books, and I've
And
only
that's not considered a library. Rude.
no, I know.
That's rude.
I also have the shelves downstairs in the basement.
I know.
But I think I've read 100 and something out of the 400 and something, and my goal would be to get another 100 knocked out this year. And when we choose our books for our podcast, I try to choose one of mine and then one that's not mine.
Yes.
Plus, it doesn't hurt to get more books.
Never
So
hurts.
that way I am, sometimes getting to pick one of mine so I can knock that one off my list. But I
Absolutely.
read a lot in between.
I don't have any big goals. We're gonna go down to Lincoln and I'm gonna hit up a bookstore down there with my daughter while my husband's doing something for work, which boring for him, but
Not for you. I'm excited.
yeah, I might
Oh,
even hit up a couple of thrift stores because I love thrifting for
yeah, you
books.
do.
I love a cheap book.
She likes to send me pictures and it'll be like a stack of books and she's like, $5.
Yeah. She'll be like, "How?" Be
I'm
like,
like, 2
thrifting.
books, $300.
But that's it. We got birthdays, so we're gonna be busy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun April, and I'm
Yes,
excited to talk about,
everything.
everything, the
Honestly,
book, the
everything's
shows.
gonna be so much fun. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
We can't wait to talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.